Alex Mullen to make it 3-1 in the grand final. Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
No one attacks it, comes back off the penalty. It's the goal! It's time! Oh! And their talisman's got another one! They should be back quick. Jake King done! What a shot! My goodness me! Oh, can't teach that sort of stuff. Sends it in, keeps it low, and it's gone in! It's gone in! LA Uni have scored in time added. Tries to get under control, and the shot from Tolland! Salisbury into a 2-0 up!
Still Butler with another chance, it's 2-1 to Playford! Persistence has paid off for Playford!
One touch the keeper, puts it into the bottom corner. Beach gives him a shoulder after that as well. He's lost his clean sheet, and he's lost his head with a red card! David, this is massive!
To make the girls sing and the geezers too, yeah, we're doing this thing.
Hello, welcome to One Game at a Time. It is Thursday, I think for the first time ever we're doing this on a Thursday, the 7th of August. I'm Seb O'Neill, as always, joined by my co-hosts, and my question to my co-hosts this evening, which they never get preparation for. Who is your guilty pleasure artist that you like to listen to? Maybe by yourself, a bit secretly, one of your favorites. I'm stalling to give you a bit more thinking time, but I will go to Mr. Mark Talbot first up for what his answer is going to be.
Why
Mark.
do you always go to me first?
It's an appealing option.
Killing me. Guilty pleasure. Geez, you're killing me here. Let's go with something a little left field. Let's go with Whitney Houston for a bit of a change up.
Very, very nice.
A couple of songs I think are brilliant, and when they come on, you can't help but sing, really. So,
and it's good to see you give us an answer this week, Mark, compared to some other weeks. So it's really good to see.
Jeez, all right. I'll throw you under the bus a bit later. It's all good. I'll get you back.
Also joined by, as always, Mr. David Grant. David, what about you?
For me, and I've just looked up his age because it's a long time since I have listened to him, but for me, it would be the one and only Welsh singing superstar from the 80s, Shakin' Stevens, 77 years of age now. He was actually, he got himself into a little bit of bother because he assaulted a photographer and smashed his camera back in 2008. He won an appeal against the conviction for that, but that is rock and roll, isn't it? I mean, if you attack the paparazzi and smash their gear, then that makes you a rock star. So Shakin' Stevens for me.
But if he got off with it,
shaking anymore.
And I was going to say, if he got away with it, he's technically not guilty pleasure when you think about it. Was he convicted?
David, it's still David's guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's funny, but I actually don't have an answer for you.
And also joined as co-host, Nicole Blackett. Thank you for joining us. Very good to have you. But you do have to answer the question.
Thank you. Okay. Hello. Maybe Frank Sinatra.
Oh,
She might be in there.
Great one.
Yeah,
very good one.
Frankie.
But he's a good singer, right?
I know, but it's not every day.
Someone that's maybe a bit more embarrassing.
Maybe from my age. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not expected.
That's
I don't feel guilty though. I was going to say ABBA, but I'm not embarrassed about any of it.
I would be.
I'm
only kidding.
I was going to say ABBA, to be fair. Before I was actually going to say ABBA for me, yeah.
What song?
100%. Voulez-vous, I think is my favorite ABBA song. Yeah, real fan.
Mine would be Super Trooper.
It's a good choice, David. Good to see you're an ABBA fan as well.
Yeah, I like ABBA.
We will move on to our picks, as we always do. And we will start. I'm trying to remember who's got what. David, we'll start with you, maybe, if that's okay.
I knew that was coming. And I've just lost the page. I'm just bringing it back up. My pick is the comeback. I don't like the sponsors' names. I'm just going to call them the Young Matildas. For a national team, I don't think we should be calling them by sponsors' names, and we're probably not allowed to anyway. I don't know. The Young Matildas, they've kicked off their AFC Under-20 Women's Asian Cup campaign, if you like, in Thailand, and they had a convincing win over Tajikistan, 14-0. But my pick are the two South Australians in particular that are there, in Ilona Mele and Shan Dewey. Now, Shan Dewey didn't get on the park as far as I'm aware in that opening game, but Mele did. And a clean sheet against Tajikistan. Well done. So that's my pick of the week because, local girls and players that we've seen, well, Nicole, you've played against them and we've commentated on them, and so it's nice to see the locals doing well on the big stage. And then the second component to that is Ella Tonkin is due to start against, is it Cameroon or Myanmar?
Myanmar
in the under 20s, under 23s competition as well. So that's tonight. I think she's the only South Australian in that team or that squad. Is that right?
That I saw of, at least in that current squad for this evening.
So that's my picks. Those lassies doing us proud, local girls doing proud on the national stage, no less. Oh, look, my arms disappear when I do that.
You're discovering technology. Mark, I'll go to you next.
All right. I had kind of two picks for this week. One was the announcement of Adelaide United's leadership group, which consists of Craig Goodwin, Bart Vreens, and then the young boys of Pana Kikianis and Ethan Alagich, which I think is a fantastic move for Adelaide United to get those two youngsters into the leadership group. So, and I think Bart Vreens is a very good shout as well. I've seen a lot on the socials that everyone's asking where Kiddo is, but I do know that he had some issues, or not some issues, but he just had some off-field things he had to worry about last year. So I'm just wondering if it's something to do with that. But in saying that, we've got a great leader in Goodwin, and I think the three that will be sitting behind him are the right choice as well for my likings. And I think it's great that young Ethan Alagich is in that group because I think him and Kikianis are ones to watch for moving forward if we can keep them. But I don't like our chances to keep them for very long, that's for sure. So I think they'll be on to bigger and better things in no time. The other pick I had this week was the Metro Stars announced last week that they will be joined, or not joined, but they will be welcoming home Metro United. So they're amalgamating the men's and women's as of next season, or it's already sort of happening, but they'll be under one banner for the first time for a long time. They will have a commemorative kit and badge for next season, announcing the two clubs now merging into one and creating what I think will be probably a powerhouse in both men's and women's football now that they've joined. I think the fact that the women's club, which will now be joining the men's and vice versa, I think that will really aid the women's side with the facilities and the pool that Metro Stars have in the men's. And likewise, I think the men's will benefit from having a women's club, and the club itself will have a massive it'll be beneficial for both parties. So I think it's a really good move. And like I said, I think they could now become what Adelaide City used to be many years ago when they had both men's and women's at the top of the tables. So I think they could become the next powerhouse of both men's and women's.
Yeah.
And that was my pick of the week.
Yeah, well, I'll just do a sort of follow-up question to Tills. I guess for you, obviously it's an opponent, but I think your whole WNPL career, you would have played against Metro United. I guess, is there a part of you that's sort of sad to see the sort of Metro United identity go in a way?
Not really. I think it's more of a positive thing. I think, they're both at TK Shutter. They both train there. They both share the facilities. So
Might have just lost it.
Or is that you?
No,
that wasn't mine. Off the back of that, Seb, just quickly, what I was going to say, and I mentioned this on Johnny's show because I was lucky enough to jump on his show this week, was that...
an hour ago, Mark.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. The one thing that does disappoint me a little bit is that we lose the Kappa Metro United shirts. I did love their black kits of late. They were fantastic. And so they do lose that black, white, and red of the Metro United. And they're now going to have to play under, no offense to Metro, but I really don't like the red and yellow, like the stripes. I struggle with that kit. And so I really feel that I feel for Metro United because they'll go from one of the best kits in the league, in the state. I really do like their Kappa kits in the black to playing in the red and yellow that I'm not a huge fan of. Sorry, guys.
No, that's
just
fine.
my personal opinion. Just personal opinion, though. And Metro, you don't need to pay any attention to me, but just my opinion.
Yeah, Nicole, you may finish off now that you're back.
Sorry, what did you get to?
Just sort of
you started talking.
Yep. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think it's a positive to join back together. I think it makes sense. They both play and train out of TK. I know the girls play Saturdays a lot of the time, and they're probably trying to tee up some double headers because they're both in the same, both in the top flight leagues, which isn't very, you don't see that very often now. So, yeah, I think it's good. I think it won't take away anything that they have, earned as a club, as a women's club. So I think it's just going to join and watch what is such a strong force in the men's as well. They're killing it. So,
yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see how it all turns out across the club for next season. I will go next with a piece of interesting news, a bit unexpected. The application for the Oceanic Pro League closed a week or so ago, and it was revealed through journalist Paul Williams that it's for the Australian entry, only one club from Australia is allowed. It's between South Melbourne and Eastern United. I've got the wrong one up. There it is. It's between South Melbourne and Eastern United. Of course, Eastern United of State League 2 currently looking to go up to State League 1. A bit of a surprise. I mean, obviously it is sort of an unconfirmed rumour, but it's a pretty reliable journalist, is Paul Williams, covers mainly the Asian game, has his podcast as well. But just a really big surprise, and I guess sort of shows the ambition of the club that they're wanting to play at this level where they, are having to travel to places like the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, Fiji, even New Zealand clubs will be involved in this. I think it's just a big show of ambition. It'll be hard for them, I think, to go against a club with perhaps, I'm not sure what the comparison is with resources, but South Melbourne is South Melbourne, as we know, and Eastern United currently a State League 2 club. So I think just a really piece of interesting news, and see if anything does come of it, I think it is really interesting. Mark, I guess I'll go to you to sort of follow on from this. I guess just sort of a bit of a surprise and sort of wonder about how, why, when will it work,
Well, it is a bit of a surprise, but it's also I'm not surprised in the fact that Eastern have got plans. The boys out there in Gabs, Mark Hash and they've got big plans for the club. We can see that what they're trying to do with their media side of things alone. And then they've now got their artificial, so they're obviously, and they're sitting top of the South League. So they've certainly got the ambition. This is another way. My question would be: are they going to continue to play? If they get that spot, are they going to continue to play in the State League 2 or in the RA or in the South Australian leagues, and use that as their feeder for that Oceanic team, or are they just going to go? No, we go straight to the Oceanic. And then the other thing as well is if they do get in, is the federation going to allow them to have a team in the local leagues? Are they going to say, no, you've joined that, that's nothing to do with us, your team has to go type thing? So it'd be very interesting to see how that progresses, but it's great ambition from them. And like I said, I think it's a great idea. If they get in, they get in, and you never know what can happen because it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of effort, and they've just got to make sure they've got enough people. And yes, they rely on volunteers, but they're going to have to start. You're going to have to get paid positions on committee levels as well now. So it's a big outlay. So hey, if it works and they can do it, all the best.
Yeah, just to sort of add on to your point about, I guess, competing across multiple fronts, just looking at the article from the Oceanic Football Confederation, the season for the Pro League will run from early January to May. So it will start in the off season and end about just the first quarter way through of the season. Maybe is that the right math?
5 or 6 rounds in, 7 rounds in. So
it is possible that they could compete, but it also doesn't give the players a lot of off time. Maybe 3 months or so. It's probably just more football, a lesser off season than the A League. Trying to think about it now as well.
Yeah, it would be.
So just really interesting, and even then, just the travel as well associated with that would be pretty tremendous to have to deal with, and having all people. I guess David or Nicole, anything to add on to that main point?
No, I would just probably reiterate Mark's comment that as much as it's a surprise, it's also, I guess, not in terms of the fact that we know that they are an ambitious club, but I don't know anything about what the standard's going to be like. You know, I mean, they're going to go there and they're going to absolutely dominate, or they're going to go there and they're going to get absolutely pumped every game they play. It's just a bit of an unknown, I suppose, isn't it? Interesting to see how it all works out. But really, it's a bit of an unknown. This is the first time this has been run, isn't it?
Yes, this is the first time this has ever even been a concept. There's already been the OFC Champions League, but obviously that's just been Oceanic clubs, whereas this Pro League has actually been opened up to Australia, and also Hawaiian clubs were actually invited as well as a part of those island nations. So first ever time it's being run.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out. I've got no idea what it is. I mean, the cost of there's the time, but there's also the cost, and Hawaii away is a big trip, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Yeah, you've also got to factor in what it's going to cost. Like the players, they've got to go. Okay, have we got players that are willing to take? If they've got full-time day jobs, are they willing to take the time off every second week to travel and things like that? Like, unless they've got kids or they're actually getting them as pros and having to sign them as pros, and they're not working, and that is their full-time gig. And that, again, cost-wise, it's not cheap.
Yeah, Nicole, anything to finish off or?
Not really, to be honest. Just a bit interesting to see how it goes, because it's a new thing.
Absolutely, very interesting. Nicole, I'll head it straight back to you for your pick. You got two.
Hey, I'm going to give some referees some shout outs here. I've had a few debuting in the WNPL, so shout out to Dimitri Pepis. He's the wizard with this sort of stuff, with milestones. He helps me a lot figuring out stats, and he's very valuable man when it comes to this sort of thing. So Indiana Van Diesen made her debut against for Flinders and the Bacala match, and Demir Davis was the ref for the Westies Metro game. Luca Costello ref the City Inter game, and Thomas Gilchrist officiated the week before, which was pretty cool, as well as Jaden Betterman. Shout out, Jaden.
Yeah, big shout out.
First MPL SA gig, which I thought he'd done men's before, so that's surprising but exciting. And Alex Diamond getting a gig with the State League One. So I just think it's, promising. Whether a debut was, maybe the correct choice for a grudge match for the Metro and West is the story, but got pretty heated in times there. But he handled himself well, and I think it's good to see. This year I found there's been heaps, meeting new refs each week, which I know you've got to go through that sort of stage to bring in the young ones and get them game time. But I got to say, back in the day, it used to be Gary Mooney, Gary Powers, Mariners, Lee. You would just get to know refs on a personal level, and made it a lot easier. Completely understand having to bring some up, but do miss sometimes a consistency, I guess you could say, as a player and as a captain as well. Obviously, I have to, everything goes through me, and you meet them, and haven't had any bad experiences as such, but it's good to see them get an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And then your second pick, which was only announced 20 minutes ago or so.
Second one, Nina Yamada has been locked in at West Adelaide for next year.
Oh, David's camera doesn't call him.
How has he done that?
I don't know.
Technology. Carry on, sorry.
Wow. Sorry, we couldn't ignore that. Obviously, phenomenal player, has gone leaps and bounds, and what we had expected from her she's well and truly exceeded that, and she's sitting at 25 goals this year, so she's aiming to get a couple more this weekend to hopefully pass Rachel Quigley's 26 goal record in the treble year. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. And yeah, it's great to lock it down, because I'm sure there would have been a few people dialing her number, getting ready to swoop in. So back off, guys. It's awesome to have.
Mark?
I was just going to say that two things. If she gets to so she's on 25 goals at the moment. If she gets to 27, she'll match her shirt number. And I believe, Teals, you've got a fascinating fact about that. Is that right?
I think she does, but I think she might have cut out again.
So she's got she did mention that there is a fact about that, but also the other thing I wanted to say is on that is, even though she might be slugged into West Adelaide, does that mean she's going to hopefully still get an opportunity at A-League? Because she certainly deserves a shot at the A-League.
Absolutely.
With her, the season she's had, she's been phenomenal. So
you can't
maybe it might.
can you, Mark? You couldn't ignore
but
it.
that's what I mean. You can't ignore that. When you're scoring 25 goals with still one game to go, surely they've got to be looking.
Absolutely. She's back. Do you want to say your facts, Nicole?
I feel like every time I start yapping, they just boot me out. So maybe I'll just listen and head off myself. No, that was pretty much it. Obviously, yeah. Not only a great player, she's such a sweetheart. She's so gentle, and we call her Silky Yamada just at training. Like every week we just there'll be something that she does that we just go, are you for real? So she loves to turn it on at training, and she loves to turn it on games as well. So yeah, happy to have her.
How many league goals has she got? Sorry, 23, did we say?
25.
25. I just looked up, I digress a little bit, but I just looked up the Women's State League stats, and Caitlin Williams of Modbury Vista has 22 league goals. She's 10 ahead of her nearest rivals in the State League. I digressed a little bit, but just while we were talking about top scorers in these divisions, Caitlin Williams is streets ahead of her competition in the WSL.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just saying too, is that she's got 25. If she's got two more, she goes to her shirt number 27. But I believe you've got a fact about that.
Yes. Oh, that's a great point. I hope she gets two on Friday tomorrow night. Anyway, sorry. Yes, the reason she wears number 27, she wore it last year for Sturt as well. Ni is 2 and Na is 7 in Japanese. So it's just her name. It's basically her name on the back of the shirt. Just to
counterpoint as well, since she's a striker, couldn't she have also just worn number 9 for 7+2? So she had two options if she really wanted to.
Well, yes, but Harriet, who's a midfielder, wears 9. Which doesn't make sense.
And and the other thing is, we probably can't go around calling her 27, can we?
Yeah,
wow.
Very true.
Rolls off the tongue.
And finally, he's not here with us in person tonight, but he's always here when he's not here in spirit. It is Alessio. He has remembered to send in a video. He's sending 2 videos, one for now, one for later this week. So we'll have a look at his pick first.
Hey lads, sorry I can't be there tonight. Glad you got a good replacement in Nicole. But my pick of the week is an interesting one, and it's a good friend of mine, Vian Kurikramana. His initiation, which apparently has got a version 2 coming. If you look at their recent mic'd up at training, where they have him having a bet with Noah Smith, saying if Noah Smith scores, he's got to do another one. So maybe one of you guys can see which is the best piano song for him to play at his part 2 of his initiation. But I thought it's just very cool for someone to play the piano and sing at their initiation. I mean, he's got the balls, that's for sure. He's got no shadow of his doubt of his abilities, but I thought that was really cool to see as well.
A great player with the voice of an angel, clearly. Thank you for that.
Where was that? I mean, what club's got a Steinway grand piano?
Yeah, just in the corner.
You just never know. That's what it is. You never know when someone just wants to bust it out, you know? Have a little sing
That's a
song.
hell of a song to pick too. What a John Legend. Actually, has anyone tried to play the piano and sing? Very hard.
Yeah. Yes, not fun. Well, David, you can do it, can't you? You're a musician.
David can.
I can. I can't sing in the same key as the piano,
Go on, get the keyboard.
but I can sing and play the piano at the same time.
Do you know, I can sing, but it's not in any key at all.
That's even
So
better.
don't even try. But do you know what song he should try next? Actually, is actually a Peter Crouch podcast favorite, and it's 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah.
That's what he should do next.
Yeah.
That whole that's the one.
Yes, off that is it White Chicks?
I don't know what album it's from, but I just remember it was on.
Oh no,
Peter Crouch
the
podcast.
movie. It's on a movie. Tony
Alright,
Crews
I'll
in the
find
car.
No, I think you're getting. You just call him Tony Crews. You mean Terry Crews?
Terry Crews.
Not Tony
Who
Crews.
am I thinking? Is that a footballer?
No, you've got the songs confused. You're thinking of 1,000 Miles, and then you're thinking of 500 Miles, Mark. Is that correct?
No, the song that I'm thinking of is by Vanessa Carlton, and it's actually in
Oh,
the
no,
movie
okay.
Legally Blonde. But Peter Crouch loved it, and they actually put it on. Patrick Bamford learned how to play it on the piano. The lead striker, I don't know if he's still at Leeds, but the lead striker. So
It's on White Chicks.
No, she is right. She's right. It's going to
I'll
be in
take
2
your word for
movies. Mark. It's in 2 movies.
of course it can
all right.
be.
Exactly. We will go on to the results from the past weekend. We'll start in State League 2. Adelaide Atletico with a 2-0 win over Gawler Eagles. Port Adelaide losing 2-1 to Salisbury Inter. Northern Demons at home losing 2-1 to Marie Vista. And Garn away beating Elizabeth Grove 6-1. In the South, Mount Barker losing 2-0 to Adelaide Titans. Western Strikers with a huge win over Adelaide Uni 3-0. Adelaide Hills Hawks with a 3-2 loss against Seaford Rangers, and Eastern and Noarlunga both having a 3-3 draw. So the two top teams there both dropping points. And then another game replayed from round 18 between Noarlunga and Western Strikers. The southern side 2-1 winners there. David, I'll start with you to sort of round off some key points in State League 2.
Sorry, I've been looking at the chords for those two songs.
Do you want me to get a mark there?
I could probably manage both of them for next week. But anyway, we're talking about State League 2 for the men's.
Yes.
Yeah, so the bubble burst into at Mount Barker, unfortunately. I think we all picked a win.
I think it's the first time I've ever picked Mount Barker to win.
Yeah, I think I picked a draw because I wasn't convinced. I mean, the celebrations that we saw after they got the third win in a row were, well, they were for me, they were over the top. The side still sit down near the bottom of the lowest division. The reality is that both house sides have been poor this year, and both of them sit bottom of the table. So the bubble burst. Maybe they'll bounce back. Maybe they'll catch Noarlunga in this last game. They play each other. If they win that, they'll go third bottom. Noarlunga will drop below them. For Hawks, they have Western Strikers, so they're coming off the back of another loss again. This time 3-2 to Seaford. I didn't go to any of these games, so I didn't see them. But yeah, a disappointing end of the season, I think, for both the house sides, unfortunately. Up at the top, Eastern United getting a draw, 3-3 with Noarlunga. That's the surprise result, I suppose, from that division. But finals football is assured for Eastern and has been for a while. So maybe they've just taken their foot off the gas a little bit. Of course, you win this league, it doesn't mean you're promoted. The irony is you just get a home game in the final series. So I didn't see the game, not sure what happened, but Eastern United drawing with Noarlunga was the surprise result in that southern SL2 division.
Mark, I'll just go to you to sort of as we look at the table here, just sort of round up the moment.
With that, Eastern, they actually did go 2-0 down to Noarlunga too. And had to fight back to get that 3-3 draw. For me, the other thing is Seaford, obviously, now they're sitting 4th, Titans sitting in 5th, and they play each other this weekend.
Yeah.
So that will be, if Seaford get a point out of that, they will guarantee 4th. I mean, at the moment, there's 5 points, but you can see there's a big goal difference as well. So that's a big game there because, like I said, if Seaford get that point, that's them guaranteed finals football for the year. And then obviously on the north, still up in the air. Vista have got it, but the finals, it's all actually done for. Port, no chance of catching Salisbury into there. So your 4 is all pretty much set there. So it's just a matter of them now playing out the last 2 games, just fighting for basically who's going to finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in that north. So I'm not expecting too much to change there. This weekend, Modbury Vista got Salisbury into, Adelaide Atletico got Garn, Gawler against Demons, and Salisbury into obviously with Vista. So nothing majorly changing there, and that side is pretty much all set. They're just preparing for finals now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will just also sort of give a bit of a shout out. Of course, I mean, they're both northern teams, but it's not because of that. Gawler and Salisbury Inter, hugely impressive. Inter, their first year in State League 2, and Gawler, from where they were last season to possibly even finish 2nd and look at promotion for State League 1 is just so impressive from those two sides. And Atletico as well, of course, another team who's newly formed and already 2nd in State League 2. It's just phenomenal for those sides. Just a big shout out to them. Modbury Vista have been there and thereabouts for the past few years, so they'll be fine. They've got a final to play against Eastern in a couple of weeks' time anyway, so yeah, it will be very interesting to see how those two go. Presuming, I'm pretty sure it will be those two playing in that promotion playoff final whenever that is. I'm not too sure on the dates there. We will go on to the WSL. Western Strikers losing 4-1 to Adelaide Jaguars. Cove only losing 1-0 to Sturt Lions. Modbury Vista beating Modbury Jets in that Modbury derby 3-0. And South Adelaide losing to Elizabeth Grove 1-0. As we look at the table, Modbury Vista 3 points in front of Sturt Lions, but with a 34 on their goal difference on top of there. I guess, Nicole, to you, it is looking more and more likely that Modbury Vista will be joining the league. Sturt possibly too, depending on how the relegation plays. And it is assuming that there isn't a collapse from Modbury Vista in these last couple of weeks around and they fall to 2nd. But I guess these two sides sort of have been there and thereabouts for the past few years. Were you playing in the WNPL when Modbury Vista were there, or were you over in Melbourne? I can't remember the years.
No, they definitely were played against them. Was it 20?
I think it's 2022 or 3, maybe. I might double.
Maybe 22 and 3. In that case, I wouldn't have played them in 23. That's when I was in Melbourne. But yeah, were they up for the 2 years and then they went back down, or was it an up and down?
I'm double checking for you.
Okay.
No, not in 2023. So it might have been 2022 even. I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I think they'll come up. They seem to be the most consistent team. Sturt obviously right on their tails, so they're not leaving anything until they're not going to leave anything on the park. So they're both going to be wanting to give themselves the best chance of getting up. When Vista were in the league, it was quite a harsh league for them. Really, it would have been a bit of a reality check. There was a few big goal difference. Hello. Hello. There was a few goals. There was a lot of goals scored against them. So yeah, hopefully, going back down and maybe they've got some more players, or if they are to come back up, they might recruit and get some joining and they might have a more successful time. But yeah, in terms of deserving to come up, they absolutely do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess, David, I'll just go to you to finish off. I guess just looking at those other teams, Elizabeth Grove had a great turnaround in their second half season. Adelaide Jaguars as well to finish 3rd is highly impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Grove, if you remember, were down near the bottom for a little while at the start, didn't they? I can't remember exactly how they started. Yeah, they were down there for a while. And then they just went through this little purple patch where they picked up a number of points and they sort of raced up the table for a while. And then from memory, maybe faltered, had a couple of draws maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. maybe even 6 weeks ago now. Sort of stalled, but by that time, Modbury Vista and the Sturt Lions were well on their way. There was a big gap between those two at the top, and the peloton, to use a cycling term that I quite like. Again, I was just going to go back to these goal scoring statistics. Caitlin Williams, 22 goals in the WSL. Second top scorer and third top scorer equal on 12 is Amy Butler and Ella Smith, also of Modbury Vista. And then there's a couple of girls from Jaggers and Grove, Jemima Wiersama and Monica Brown, also in 12 goals. Gracie Curtis on 11. But Modbury Vista, that's collectively the top three spots. That's collectively, let me do my maths, for 32, 40, 44, 46 goals between the three players at Modbury Vista alone. And that goal difference of positive 54 is, that's massive, isn't it? And a huge season for Vista, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And still a round or two to go there as well. So we'll be keeping our eye on that.
Scored 71. I was trying to look for that, saying they've scored 71 league goals in 19 games.
Yeah, highly impressive. We'll go on to State League 1. Cumberland United beating Adelaide Olympic 2-1. West Adelaide with 3-0 win over South Adelaide. Adelaide Cobras beating Adelaide Blue Eagles 2-1. A big shock there. Fulham beating Fulham United 4-0. Salisbury United also with a 4-0 win over a bit of a local rival in Pontian Eagles. And Sturt getting to lift their trophy as premiers with a 2-1 win over Vipers. But where we will go is not even in round 20. We'll go back to round 19. Cove versus South Adelaide was 4-0. And David, you were there.
I was, yeah. So we did a bit of time traveling there. Get the DeLorean out and let's get this thing up to 88 miles an hour. I went down on Tuesday night. It was a catch-up game from round 19. I'll be honest, the first half was a wee bit slow. It was just 1-0 at the break. Thomas Fogg, they're playing his 150th league game or senior game, I believe, scored in the 35th minute. And the first half was a bit dull, I'll be honest. Second half was much better. The wind played a little bit of had a fair bit of influence in proceedings. There was a fair gust coming down that park at the Southern Soccer Facility in Trott Park, Shido Park, O'Halloran Hill. I'm not sure what the suburb is because it's in between about 6 of them. And I mentioned that in commentary as well. Ben Dale was on board with me, and the second half was really good, more entertaining. Unfortunately, South Adelaide were reduced to 10 men. A second yellow card saw one of their players dismissed just after the half started, 47th minute it was. And that sort of really spelled the start of the end for South Adelaide. Cove scored in the 55th minute through Jonathan Rideout. And then Kentaro Oikawa, but they call him Ken. I like the fact that he's called Ken. Scored in the 65th minute. And then Ollie Grant popped up in about the 89th minute, just right near the end, to score the fourth. Wee funny story for you. I was walking across the park at a halftime break with my hot chocolate, and some of the players were out just knocking the ball around, and a wayward ball came my way. Ollie Grant's coming towards me. I had the ball at my feet, so I played it to him. I went 1-2, 1-2, and he took the ball and he peeled away. And I said, Ollie, 1-2, 1-2. He says, oh, did you want it back? I said, that's the whole idea of a 1-2. Otherwise, it would just be called a 1, wouldn't it? Anyway, he played it back to me, and I played it back to him, and so that was my I got to play football with Ollie Grant, one of my heroes. So there you go. That's my report from that game, round 19. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The facilities down there are great. If you get a chance to commentate in a game down there, the scaffold is just amazing. Doesn't move in the wind. There's a bit of protection. There's a roof over the top. They've got synthetic grass sort of carpeted up at the top. It's quite a tight area, but it's a great spot to commentate and to watch the game from. So thanks for their hospitality. I enjoyed it. It was a late night for me, but I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. A good watch too, by the way.
Also, did you know that the center point of of the main pitch, that's actually the point for all 6 of those suburbs to meet. So they all join at that center point.
Right, okay.
I have no idea. I had no idea, but it'd be awesome if it did. I had you all going there for a minute, though. You were all like, really?
Yeah, we trust you. South.
It's quite believable. There's a ground in the UK. I think it's Chester's ground, and the corner flag is in Wales, or the car park is in Wales, and the main pitch and the main stand is in England. So, yeah, I mean, it's quite feasible that you could be in Trott Park if you're over in the main stand, and in Shido Park if you were taking a corner.
Absolutely, yes, David. I just said it was a good watch and a good listen for you from the both of you on Tuesday.
I actually watched that as well. First
Look
half.
at that. People
Turn
actually
it
watch.
on. I'm like, I wonder who's commentating. Who's this crazy Scotsman? It's David. He's
it wasn't
everywhere.
I thought you were referring to Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for listening in. That's good. That's nice of you.
That's all right. I'm glad all the goals scored in the second half, and I turned it off, so it's good. I checked the end score. I was like 4-0. Jeez, and then I saw the red card. So
Yeah.
bound to happen.
No, it was a pleasure. Good to have midweek football, I must say. It was very, very good to have
Was
games
that
to watch.
Tuesday night, 8:15.
Although a bit late, I will say a bit late for some. 8:15's a bit
down
crazy.
there, right, Seb? It's so far.
I know, it's so far. It's like
It was awesome. It was round the corner for me.
Well, where
like
were
a-
you?
Yeah, exactly.
Playing
I was coaching.
Ollie and David.
I was coaching my under 10s. Then I coached my goalkeepers, and then I got
Ah,
home and had to feed my son.
Yeah,
So
had to feed the cat. We get it.
Do you know what was
it's both
just-
that. I didn't bother the
Feed
cats.
socks.
what was the other thing that was just a little bit unusual about that game was there were two players playing in that match who'd scored this season for both sides. So Jesse Thompson had scored a goal for Cove and South Adelaide this year, and JJ Rideout scored 8 goals for South and 1 goal for Cove going into that match. So two players who'd actually scored competitive league goals this year for the other team.
It's funny how that works out sometimes. Mark, I'll go to you to sort of round up and also have a look at the table as we
At the
head
table, yes.
with 2 weeks left.
Well, aren't things getting exciting in State League One? I mean, Sturt have got it all obviously sewn up, so that's not an issue. But when you look at it, you got Fulham, who to me have been an absolute surprise package this season, been brilliant, just gone about their business, sitting second. West Adelaide hit and miss this year. They've had their moments, then they've dropped away, but they're sitting third. So really good. Salisbury, we all picked Salisbury to do well this year. I think going from memory, we all picked them to be finals at least. And they've again, I mean, they're guaranteed final, almost guaranteed finals football now. Blue Eagles, they started off really well and they've dropped away quite a bit. Cumberland did the same, but they've got themselves back. I think the interesting bit is obviously Pontians are down, but Vipers and South Adelaide, the two teams fighting out for that one spot to stay up. And I think they play. So South have got
final round.
Yeah, South's played for Pontins in that last game of the season, and I think Souths are relying on that to go, yep, if we win that, then we're going to be safe. They've just got to hope Vipers don't beat Cumberland this weekend because both teams have got tough fixtures this weekend. Souths have got Fulham, Vipers have got Cumberland. So it's going to be a very interesting week this week. But it's been a great State League One. It's always tough to get into and out of. So it's been another great season, surprise packages. And like I said, Cove has still got an outside chance of making the finals as well. So it's there's something to play for pretty much everywhere across the league, really. Like I said, you're fighting for the teams that are in finals are fighting for those home advantages and things like that. So it's massive.
There's something to fight for everyone except Cobras because they can't make finals and they also can't get relegated. So a bit of a boring last 2 weeks for them, David.
Just to make a final comment, Cove sitting there just outside that 6 and that goal difference. Remember they lost 8-2 in round 1 against Sturt. That -9 goal difference. You know that you play these games and you think, it's just one game. Maybe it shouldn't make a difference. But an 8-2 loss in round 1. I think it was round 1, maybe round 2. Away to start, and that could be the difference between them making finals and not making finals. They do have 2 teams below them in the last 2 games. They've got Pontian at home this week, and then they're travelling to Cobras. So, they would be hoping to get 6 points out of those 2 games and just rely on someone above just slipping up. But that one game where they lost 8-2 might be the difference between finals and not.
Absolutely. Very, very exciting last 2 rounds. Another league which has a very exciting end coming is the WNPL. The final round is tomorrow night, but we'll go through the second to last round now. Adelaide Comets with the 2-1 win over Adelaide Uni. Salisbury Inter against Football SA 3-1 there. Campbelltown 2-1 against Adelaide City. Sorry, Flinders getting beaten by West Torrens Bocala 1-0, and Metro United losing 7-0 to West Adelaide. Perhaps a little bit unexpected after the two previous matches, both in the league and cup. And I suppose while we're here, we'll start off on that game, Nicole, as a bit of a round summary from you there at TK Show that night. A big win for you guys, although you'd already sort of won the league by that point. So you didn't need to do that. It was a bit mean, if anything, to be honest. But yes, how did you see it from your angle pitch side?
Yeah, I mean, I personally love going to TK. It's probably my favourite away fixture if I had to pick one. Yeah, we knew it would be tough. It was very physical. Again, the brand new ref got a taste of what the WNPL can do. But yeah, only 1-0 at half time thanks to Nina's goal. If you can squint, you might be able to see it. But
hang on, let me just get my binoculars. Hang on. All right, yeah, we're good.
But yeah, I think 50 seconds we've scored our second one, and then not long after that it was 3-0, and then from then the gates just opened, and we are known to be a second half team, not just this year, but a lot of the years. But yeah, a lot of sore bodies, I think, probably from both teams. So yeah, it's always fun. It's a good time. Yeah,
absolutely. I remember watching those two games. I did the first one that was in the league and the one that was in the cup, and I can attest to the feistiness and the competitiveness of both of them. Both thoroughly enjoyable watch. So yeah, I was a bit surprised to see it blown out to that as well. David, I'll go to you because you commentated Comets versus Uni from memory. I don't remember.
Well done, and well done for remembering that. I wouldn't have remembered it had I not had my notes in front of me, which are still drying out from 2 weeks ago. But yes, I was at Comets versus Uni. They seem to like sending me to Ellis Park week in, week out. So that's where I found myself. An opening goal there from the Irish girl, Nicole O'Neill. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? What do you think? Can you replay that, Seb, and tell me what you think? I think it was a cross.
Who cares?
Can replay it.
Here it comes. She moves down here. She has a little glance up, cuts inside, and messes that cross up.
I think it's a shot all day. She meant that.
If that's a shot, well done, Nicole O'Neill. That's one of the best goals I've seen all year. And if it was a cross, then you need to get back out in the training ground. No, so that was them 1-0 up. What happened next? I can't even remember. This was a couple of nights ago, wasn't it? Second half, 2 early goals. Yeah.
Panagaris.
Talking back to now, yeah, Chrissy Panagaris with that stab there to the far post. Nice goal by her. And I think Georgie Nicola scored the second goal for them to give them the lead from all of about 2 or 3 meters out. I just wanted to quickly mention that in the Adelaide University side, I was particularly impressed with Sarah Morgan and Nikki Castanos. Now, I haven't seen Uni this year. I think this is the first game of theirs that I'd commentated on. Nikki Castanos at left back, I thought she had a great first half. That's her just in the background there, actually. I thought she had a great first half. She'd been on the bench last week and had come on, and then this week she came on but was substituted. But I really feel on the left-hand side of the park that she did a really good job. So I'm not a coach, and I don't want to make negative comments about coaching or coaches' decisions, but I thought Nikki Castanos was doing a great job, and I was surprised when she came off. And that was my summation, really. Entertaining game, but it was very, very cold, and I was glad to get on the road. They fed me down there as well, so I'm much appreciated to Comets down there at Ellis Park. They brought out this beautiful lamb. I mean, smothered in garlic. I stank for days, but it was superb. So thank you very much. Appreciated it.
Was the stink from that or from the bird poo you got a week prior?
No, so I took a precaution this week. So for your information, Tilly, I'd been at for some reason they keep sending me to Ellis Park. I don't know if I've done something wrong in a past life. And it's not that I don't like Ellis Park, it's just that I like a little bit of variation. So it's nice to go to Ellis Park, but it would be nice to go to other places too. Now that I've got that off my chest, a couple of weeks ago I was standing on the main stanchion commentating, and you can hear a lot of parrots in the background, and because there's a significant amount of foliage above you, and I was being defecated on for the best part of 50 minutes without really realizing I was being defecated on. And it was only once I cast a cursory brush of my hair when I was clearing it out of my eyes. And then I realised I was covered in guano, which is the posh word for bird droppings.
Any luck this week?
No, I said in commentary that it's supposed to mean good luck, but I felt the unluckiest person in the entire park.
That sucks. I would have gone home.
Yeah.
I would have just called it. Pull the pin. Alrighty, folks, I'm done tonight. Shit on.
Yeah. No, this week I just took a poly bag and stuck it over my head, cut 2 eyelets out the front.
Oh my gosh.
Mark, I'll go to you on some other points. Inter beating NTC 3-1 and Campbelltown beating Adelaide City, with Adelaide City being level at a point as well, which is good for them, as having already been gone down.
They were level for all of 1 minute. And then they scored and then conceded straight after.
Please make it nice, Mark. Being nice.
Unfortunately, they haven't had a good season. There's not a lot you can really say. I mean, they've tried all year, but they went behind early, or went behind 45th minute, 49th minute technically. Then they got it at level, and you thought, okay, cool, this is going to be good. They've got a chance to do something here, and then a minute later, and that's Juma scoring again for Adelaide City, which she seems to be quite an impressive. She's doesn't seem to start every week, but whenever she's playing, she seems to cause issues and score goals. So interesting one there, but we'll see what happens with her next season. I think she might stay in the WNPL and get picked up by someone else maybe. But like I said, they were only level for a minute, and then Asada scored her second, and that was all she wrote effectively, which put Campbelltown into that 5th spot, which is massive. Like David picked it weeks ago that they'd play finals. I think we all sort of said at the start of the year that they were going to play finals. And when you looked after probably 9 games, you're sort of thinking, well, I don't even think they're going to stay up. But now they found their feet, and I tell you what, it's a team I would not fancy playing in finals football if they make it. I mean, big game this weekend. They've got West Adelaide this weekend, and Bacala have got Comet. So neither team have got an easy game, and Football SA is still with a shout as well. And they've got the easiest run. They've got Adelaide Uni. So I tell you what a way to finish the regular season. And like I said, if Campbelltown make it, I would not want to be playing them in finals.
And just to add on to that Adelaide Uni game needing to win by about 4 goals if they want to at least try and jump Flinders as long as Flinders lose. I'm so excited for tomorrow night. I'm very, very excited. West Adelaide, of course, locked in at top spot, as are Comets. Inter are 3rd, unless Metro win. I think 17-0 is the maths there. So I would say Inter are pretty safe at 3rd. Metro safe in 4th, and it is that 5th spot that Campbelltown, Berks, and NTC are playing for. Flinders and Uni between them for that playoff spot, and also staying up automatically by only -3 goal difference. So a few goals could win. And if Flinders are losing by a few goals, Uni might only need a goal or 2 to take them out of the zone. Yeah,
it's all they needed last year.
Yeah, every single game tomorrow night pretty much has some sort of meaning. I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. I will be at West Adelaide and Campbelltown. David, where are you?
I'm at Flinders and Metro United. So Metro United are 4th. Win, lose or draw, I think they remain 4th, but Flinders need the win to be assured.
They're not 6th, David.
What? Oh, no, they're not. 4th. That's true.
I know what you're getting at, Sam.
Yeah.
10? I'm in the league. 10?
Yes.
10. So, yeah. Well, mid-table could be anywhere between 4th and 6th. I haven't a go at me, Tilly, because I predicted early in the season, well, before the season had started, that Metro United would finish in the middle of the table, and I unfortunately used the term mid-table mediocrity, which I've never lived down. You make one mistake and they never let you forget it. But technically speaking, if you finish 4th, that's mid-table, because I think 4th, 5th, and 6th is mid-table. So I think I'm pretty much on the money.
Mark, are you anywhere tomorrow? I don't remember. No,
because I have my under-10s that I've got to coach, so I'll be coaching them.
but there will be commentary on all 5 games tomorrow night. So definitely keep your eyes across every single one, because I imagine there will be plenty of movement as the goals come in. So looking forward to it. And Nicole, you have a part to play to make it exciting. So I hope you look forward to that as well. You had, well, actually, we'll plug it now. You had Claudia Jenkins on your podcast during the week, so make sure to go and watch and listen to that. It was a fun listen. So yeah, it will be fun to. How are you looking forward to it, I guess?
Yeah, I'm pumped. It's, as you say, it's in terms of us, it's not a massive. Obviously we've got top spot, but yeah, there's other things on the line personally for us as a club, and Campbelltown have to win, so it's gonna equal a beautiful matchup and some quality football. Hopefully, they've their form's been really good the last 5 games. I think they've won all 5, so yeah, be a good test for both of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Goal records to chase an unbeaten and invincible season, in fact, for you guys to possibly have tomorrow night. So,
believe it or not, Campbelltown are going into that game as the form team with 5 wins. Just quietly.
Yeah, because we drew.
You drew that one game that you had 4 wins and a draw. So technically, they're actually the form side.
They can be the favourites. That's fun.
I was going to say, I don't think they'll take the favourite tag, but...
yeah, that helps with my predictions later, Mark. Thanks for that.
No worries.
Yeah, predict carefully, boys.
I'm actually, with my predictions, I'm putting a disclaimer out now that whatever I pick, just go against it and you should be okay.
Okay.
We'll finally...
I've got a quick question for Mark. Mark, top scorer in Adelaide City's WNPL team, who do you think it is?
Juma.
Tilly, who do you think it is?
Is it Juma or Val?
Well,
Valeria?
pick one.
Well, Valeria.
Okay, and Seb?
I would say Vicky Juma as well.
It is. It's Vicky Juma. Valeria Forbes on 3. Vicky Juma's only got 4, but Vicky Juma is the top scorer. And as you said, Mark, she hasn't been playing 90 minutes every week, so there's an interesting thing for you there. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, and
the
also
thing for me,
you go.
Sorry, looking at that table for me is NTC. That's very surprising. Their last win being the semi-final to then get into the cup against us. So that's 6 weeks of not
losing and drawing.
Yeah, I know they have a lot of players in and out due to camps and things, but yeah, that's been definitely a surprising thing. So if they're not to make finals, but to make the cup final, although Sturt were in it last year, so anything can happen in the cup. But yeah, I just find that interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, just to add on, you go, Mark.
Say it's 4 losses and a draw for the SA and like the NTC squad. They've actually got the exact same form as Adelaide City. 4 losses and a draw, and in the exact same order too. Lost the last 4, drew the 5th. So
yeah.
Just to finish off, I saw as well, best wishes as well to Kate Seaton. I saw that she has done her ACL, unfortunately. Adelaide City put that post out, so best wishes to her. Very good player across the season, I think. So unfortunate that she unable to play this last game also as well, but hope she comes back next season. In the WNPL as well, very, very good player. We'll go on to the men's MPL. Adelaide Comets losing to Metro Stars 2-1 late on. Metro also with 10. So massive there. Beograd beating Croydon 2-0. Para Hills in a massive win against Adelaide Croatia Raiders, which all of you predicted that Croatia would win, and I didn't. I said Paris would win, and I was right, just to add on to that. Playford and Adelaide United playing out a... Playford Adelaide United playing out a crazy 3-3 draw. Playford scoring 2 goals in the 90-plus minutes to make it 3-3. Burkalla, again, with N beating Modbury 2-1, and Adelaide City beating Campbelltown 1-0. And then, of course, we're on a Thursday, so last night Metro played Croydon 4-0 winners there in this weekend's coming round, which we've already predicted and we haven't changed, so those will come up later. Where to start? There's a lot of points. Mark, were you anywhere?
I was at Croydon.
Yes, you were. Yes,
I was. I had the pleasure of going to Croydon to cover that game against FK Beograd along with Barney Smith. So he was his second game of the season. And he was pleased because he actually got to say a few words, because he even said it on the broadcast that this time I'll get to say a few words, because last time he was with Johnny and didn't get a word in. So that was his words, not mine. But FK Beograd, early goal from Anthony Trimboli. Again, he's had an absolute cracking end to the season. When they moved him centrally, he's just been scoring goals for fun. And then they scored again in the 65th minute or whatever it was, something like that. That was the penalty that was missed. I'm still not sure how Klimek stayed on the park, because it was a handball denying a goal opportunity, and yet he was only booked. So I'm still not sure how that worked. And Margush came up massive with the save.
Isn't that thing you can't be sent off and the penalty's given? Isn't that a rule where it's like double jeopardy?
It is, but but in that instance, I always thought that if it was denying a goal scoring opportunity in the box, regardless, so if it's a handball stopping a goal, then you're still sent off. Yeah, that was my understanding, and that the double jeopardy was still a thing. But if you just bring someone down, it's a penalty, then you're not going to get sent off because it's not a. So it wasn't a goal scoring opportunity. So I was very surprised that. But hey, it is what it is. FK Beograd were the better side, to be honest, and they scored late. Fron Neonkuru with an absolute genius of a turn there. Like he turned out of 3 players to set up Maxim Ivanic to seal it at the end, but Croydon were pushing for an equaliser as to be expected, left gaps at the back. But the turn and play from Neonkuru was the mastermind behind that goal. Absolutely beautiful. I just want to say, going off of what Tilly said earlier about the referee was, I thought, had an excellent game in that game. He let the game flow. He pulled up when he needed to, and it was Dion Turner in charge of that game. I just thought he had an excellent game. It was really good to watch. And also wanted to shout out, I was in the club rooms after the game, and I had a gentleman from Croydon come up to me, and he expressed his love for the pod. He said that we're doing a great job and to keep it up, and I didn't get his name, so apologies, but shout out to the Croydon supporter that came up to me in the club rooms after. Thank you very much. Keep tuning in. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet they know how to do a 1-2 at Croydon, not like Cove.
I was going to say, Mark, you said you've had the pleasure of being at Croydon. I haven't been to Croydon in 2 years. I haven't been put on a game there. I don't know how it's worked out, but I haven't been.
I'll tell you what, it was a joy to be there. They look after you. You get the office space to call from, and it is a nice venue to call a game from. So certainly different from my usual Friday night Bacala stint. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think last time I did a game there, I think we were still broadcasting on NPL TV. So that's how long it's been.
I think I've only been once this year to Croydon.
Yeah. Get the scheduling right. David, I'll go to you. You were at Campbelltown against Adelaide City.
I was at Campbelltown, Adelaide City. To be honest, it wasn't a great game. It was just a 1-0 game. Bruce Kamau popping up to score. I think Nicholas Bucco played a long ball down the left-hand side. Lewis Laura Latanzio ran onto it, crossed it over, and Kamau scored from about 2 yards out. But an interesting statistic was that Adelaide City hadn't beaten Campbelltown in their last 6 meetings going back to August 2022. That was a finals game that finished 3-2 for City. Nicholas Bucco scored 2 then. Charlie Devereux got 1. And for Campbelltown, Alex Mullen and Sean Harvey. So I've got more to talk about in the game that happened 3 years ago than this one. It was great to be there. It's a great little club. Simon Jimenez was covering the WNPL game on the pitch behind. So So both games on at the same time. So there was plenty of people there at both pitches to watch. There's not a lot to report about it. It wasn't an overly exciting game and just one goal, the difference between the two sides. But for City, it's taken them up to 4th. I think they were 5th before the game started, and the win took them up to 4th. For Campbelltown now, they've dropped down to 8th. They're only 2 points away from 6th, but it's such a tight competition that they're kind of going to start relying on results elsewhere going their way. So it would be a bitterly disappointing loss, I think, for Campbelltown, but a good win for City.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go next. I was at Feel Good Physio Stadium for what was possibly a relegation deciding match. it was a thoroughly entertaining and non-stop game from the first minute to the 90th. All the action coming in the last 10 minutes, a really late penalty in which Gloria Amanda put away. But the whole game was just end to end, and really, you couldn't really figure out who was going to be the team that scored first, because it wasn't a game that was so end to end that you didn't think both sides were cancelling each other out. You could tell there was going to be a goal from somewhere, and there was going to be that sort of eruption of emotion from either sides, and you sort of got it there with that penalty. And then with his first touch off the bench, I think he was brought on straight after that penalty was scored. George Katsagiannis, with his first touch, a brilliant finish, kills the game off within 2 minutes. And you could even at Para Hills, I also commentate quite loudly. And obviously, I could tell that the benches could hear when I was giving score updates, mainly on the Modbury-Burkalla game, because whenever I said, Modbury, you've had I can't remember who got player sent off. Player's been sent off, or there's this goal. You could just see them start talking to each other every single time, and they're going like, "You hear that?" So that was quite funny to witness. But yeah, it was a really good game. And again, we'll have a look at that table and how it's looking with 2 more games to go. Croatia still sitting bottom, Modbury 1 point in front of them. Para Hills now with a decent gap of 3 points, but with a worse off goal difference than Modbury, so really cannot be dropping any points from now on. Para Hills, but again, another league where 10th, 11th, and 12th still all fighting, and 9th to 6th all still able to make finals with 2 games left. So again, every single game left to play. And even that, I just realized that top 6, everyone's within a point of each other except Playford. So even Playford could jump up to maybe even, trying to do the maths very quickly, possibly, I can't even think. If Croydon, they could technically go up to second, I think, but it's very unlikely. But I think it just shows us how competitive it's been, other than Metro, the whole season. And I think we've said that throughout the whole season, how tight it's been. And again, every single game in these last 2 weeks having something to play for. Mark, anything you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, you look at 2nd to 5th, you're looking at, you could finish as high as 2nd, or you could finish as low as 5th. For Croydon, Beergrad, Adelaide City, Adelaide United, Playford. The thing that I guess you're looking at now is Adelaide Comets. It's 26 points. The Playford are in 29, but the goal difference it's a big goal difference. When you look at it, Beck, Campbelltown, and Comets all have a minus, when Playford have got that +7. So that's a massive boost for Playford. And that, funny enough, all comes back to the game against Para Hills at the start of the year when they beat them 8-2, I think it was, in the end. So those goals against Para Hills there could actually be the reason Playford actually play finals in the end. So it's so tight. I mean, it's scary how tight that is. But Para Hills now in the box seat for staying up with that 3 point gap. But again, the goal difference. I mean, -20, Modbury Jets -12. Modbury have got they haven't scored many goals, but they've obviously not conceded a great deal of goals. So I still don't think, we all thought that it might be that game of the weekend for Para Hills and Raiders could be that relegation decider. But I'm still not convinced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still not convinced.
Do you know what though, Mark? I would pick you up on your point that Para Hills are now in the box seat, because for me, Para Hills won't win their last 2 games because they play Metro Stars and FK Beograd, 2 sides. Yeah. Very good sides, 1st and 3rd on the ladder. And I, at the risk of jinxing them, I think Para Hills Knights have probably picked up the last of their points for the season. So they're on 19. I can't see them beating either of those 2 teams, which means
I can't either.
Or Raiders off just yet.
Yeah, is very interesting. And just to go back to your point, Mark, of that 8-2 game, without that 8-2 for Para Hills, they would be only on a -14, if my maths is correct. So even then, that's affected them quite bad with, again, only within 2 goals. If, they get a good win with a few goals, again, that really affects it. Still 2 rounds left. Again, every single game meaning something. Very, very tight. Again, really looking forward to it. I think I'm at Playford and Modbury this weekend. So very interesting one there.
I've got FKB grad this weekend.
David?
I was allocated West Hornsby Colour, but it's an AI game, and my laptop doesn't work with AI. And there was a
That's the excuse.
well, I was offered the loan of a laptop, but it's too hard, so I've declined it. Unfortunately, I'd like to do it, but I'm not going to do it. It's too hard.
We were just talking about the fixtures and the last round. I know we're getting a bit ahead, but Adelaide Raiders have got Adelaide Croatia Raiders got Adelaide City in round 22. Parahools have got Metro, as we said, and Modbury have got Adelaide United. So none of them have really got an easy. Well, when I say easy run, none of them have really got. It's not going to be easy for any of them. So
yeah, really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. What else? I think that was everything. Yes, that was everything from the past week. No, not done yet. We will go on to our predictions, and again, he's back, Alessio, with how we're going in our predictions. Nicole, I want you to have a guess. I haven't actually seen the video yet.
No, we all know who's top.
I don't know. It's been edited, but I didn't actually watch the video. I just sort of put it where it needed to be. What do you think the order is for our predictions from all the four of us?
Who knows their stuff? Who knows their stuff is the underlying question. And the host wouldn't be asking it unless he was confident that he was probably up in the top.
I don't know, but of course I'm confident, yes.
Well, Mark was just saying how bad he was before.
Yeah.
So can I put you at fourth, Mark?
Go for
Sorry,
it.
defense.
No, go
Maybe
for it.
Mark fourth, and then we'll go. Sorry, David.
I've been bottom all year.
Don't tell her. She's supposed to guess.
David, you're third. Then I'm going to say Alessio first, and Seb, you can sit second.
Wow. All right, let's see if you're proven wrong or right. We'll go to Alessio now.
Next up, we've got the all-important predictions, and it was a decent week from everybody today. We had everybody get over 15 points. We had 3 perfect scores, and we'll go through those now, but we'll go through the results for each person. So David got 17 points, the only person to get consistent points across all 6 leagues, sorry. I picked up 15, Mark picked up 15, and luckily I'm not there tonight because you guys have to deal with Seb gloating that he picked up 26 points this week. 3 perfect results. Nobody else picked up any.
Oh, yeah, he didn't watch it.
His perfect results, if you want to know as well, was he picked
I don't want to know.
Seaford's result against Adelaide Hills Hawks 3-2. He picked Salisbury's 4-0 in the men's, and he picked Salisbury's 3-1 in the women's. So, yeah, he picked up 26 points. That makes the leaderboard now top with 385, Seb. Second with 366, me. Third with 365, Mark. And fourth with 364, David. So David had a great week, and he's pulled himself right back in the mix. And, yeah, it's only 1 point between David, Mark, and myself. And Seb's almost 20 points ahead of us. 19 for me. But otherwise, yeah, hopefully you guys have a good call tonight on the podcast, and hopefully Nicole can bring some of the laughs as well. So cheers, and I'm sure I'll listen to it tomorrow at work as well. So yeah.
Wow.
You still found.
I'm glad he's working
hard.
hard.
What do you reckon?
I'm glad he's working hard at work tomorrow. He'll listen to the podcast instead.
Seb, you didn't guess the 7-0, okay? I would have been impressed then.
You probably didn't even predict the 7-0, so you can't.
I don't do these things, all right?
Well, we'll neither do any of us, really, because we're all pretty poor except for Seb. So
I just know my stuff. David, good job. You're close to Mark. Proud of you.
Yeah. You're not as bottom as you were last week. You're less bottom. Well done,
to be
Dave.
fair, I think I was bottom the whole of last year from memory. So I'm happy to be good at for once. So yeah, happy. We'll go on to our predictions. State League 2 North. I normally predetermine these, but to be honest, I actually completely forgot. So I'm gonna have to pick these at random. We're gonna do Modbury Vista versus Salisbury Inter in State League 2 North. I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Vista win.
I'm going to go an Inter 2-1.
I'm going to go for a 2-all draw.
Vista have got the title, so
Mm-hmm.
they might just take their foot off the gas this week.
Right. Nicole?
3-0 Vista.
Okay. State League 2 South. Adelaide Uni versus Eastern United.
What'd you pick that game for?
I'm lucky my memory was good enough. I'm going to go Eastern United to win 3-1. I believe Zoitar Kani is also back this week for Eastern United as well.
Well, this will be his first game.
Yes.
I'll go for Eastern as well. I'll just go 2-0.
Changes things. I was going to go for a draw until I heard Zakani's playing.
I shouldn't have told you.
Shouldn't have told me. But you know what? I'm still going to go for it. Two-all draw. Why not?
And Nicole?
1-0.
Okay. WSL. Sturt versus South Adelaide.
Do you do this on purpose, Seb?
No, why?
So you make me have to pick against my mate? Like, seriously.
I'm going to say 3-0. I've picked against him.
Would you say Sturt and South?
South Adelaide, yes.
Yeah, I'm fortunately going to go for a. I'll give Cove a goal. Cove will score, but Sturt will get 4-1. South 4-1 to start.
I'm going to go 5-1 to Sturt.
Wow,
Sorry,
you
Benny.
really hate Ben. Wow.
I don't
We
hate
love-
him at all, but apologies.
Nicole, are you going to be nice?
Sorry, Costa just put the lineup out. Who was it?
Oh, do we get the early info? Do we get the sneak peek?
Sorry. Very distracted. It's actually early for Costa.
Wow.
Normally, yeah, that's anyway, sorry. I hope he's not watching. 1-0 Sturt. Was it Sturt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sturt
Yeah,
South.
1-0 Sturt. Yep. Play on.
Play on. All right. Let's do. Oh, I can't even see.
Open your eyes.
West Adelaide versus Adelaide Olympic. I'm going to go.
Surely that's a derby.
How?
I'm not sure,
Oh,
but surely
yeah.
you would think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to go for a 3-1 West Adelaide win.
I'm going to go for West Adelaide as well. I'll go 2-0.
2-1 to West Adelaide.
Westies 3-2.
Oh, of course.
Go Hellers.
Or let's do. What's interesting here? I can't even pick one. It's as too many good games is the
It's gotta be
problem.
West Adelaide and Campbelltown, right?
Yeah, sure. Let's do
Yeah.
it. West Adelaide versus Campbelltown.
Campbelltown 4-0. No, I'm only kidding.
Go for it.
I'm going to
I'm
go.
Sorry, Nico Mark.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Do we know if Campbelltown are missing any players?
I don't know. I don't know if Chelsea Dorber's back.
Do we know if West Adelaide are missing any players?
Well, she just got the lineup, so she could tell us.
Nope.
I'm going to go for a Campbelltown win in this one, 3-2. You raise your eyebrows at me, young lady.
That was being
I'm-
polite, David. Thank you.
I'm going to go a 2-2 draw. Mark?
I'm gonna back West Adelaide because they're going for the Invincibles. They're going for an undefeated season. So and I know you picked the draw set, but I'm gonna go West Adelaide 2-1.
I've still said they're going to be invincible. I just said Campbelltown are going to draw. So, if anything, I'm still a good guy in this situation. And you
I'm just
are.
a better guy.
What is next? let's do Adelaide City versus Adelaide United.
That's a good game. Do we know who's on that game?
I don't remember.
I think Connie was, but he's pulled out. I
Oh,
offered
that's right.
to do it, but Simon's got it.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh. I'm going to go Adelaide City 2-1.
Okay.
Actually, no, 3-2. Sorry, 3-2.
I'm going to go United to win 2-0.
I'm going for a draw, 2-2.
Nicole.
United 2-1.
Okay. And finally, we go to Monday night, Metro Stars versus MacArthur FC. I will be honest, I was filming with Metro Stars last night, and they did ask me for my prediction for this game. I don't remember exactly what I said to them. I think I predicted them to win. I think I said 3-2 to them, and they were happy enough. So shout out Owen Windsor, because I know he sees these.
I'm going to go for Metro Stars win as well. I don't know that they'll get 3 goals, so I reckon it'll be 1-0.
1-0.
I'm going 2-1 Metro. I've got to back the Aussie, like the South Aussies, regardless of who they're playing against. I'm backing them.
Except when it was Adelaide United versus Newcastle. None of us picked them except, I think, you. Oh, no, you picked them. We all did.
I picked Adelaide United to win. Hey, I got faith in the SA boys in the fact that they just let me down. But no, I'm going to go with what would effectively be seen as an upset. I'm going for Metro.
Yeah. All in normal time, you two?
Yes, 90 minutes.
Yep.
Nicole, your prediction?
I think 0-0.
Okay.
And then Metro on penalties.
On penalties. So 0 the whole way. Up until penalty.
No, it'll be 1-1 in extra time.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Very, very. I'm looking.
Penalties.
Yeah, we'll touch on it quickly. A big occasion on Monday for Metro against an A-League side. I will definitely be there. I'm very much looking forward to it. I believe they are putting the same sort of seating that they did last year not last year, in 2023, where they game against Melbourne City, where they had that big stand behind the left side of broadcast or previous broadcast goal there. So it'll be very, very good. And I'm just really looking forward to it. I think Metro probably somehow, even though they were very good in that year, in an even more confident place, I think, this year compared to them. They were good that year, but I think they're outstanding this year, as has been proven. MacArthur, a very, very strong side as well. I'm very much looking forward to the night. Mark, David, Nicole, any thoughts on it? I imagine we'll all be watching regardless.
Yeah, I echo your sentiment. I think, Seb, Danny Greystone's arguably the best coach in the NPL. Well, he's certainly the best coach in the NPL in terms of results, isn't he? I mean, the Metro Stars have finished top of the ladder consistently over the last few years, and I think you're right. I think they've just got better and better, and they're streets above of their opponents, and I'm sure their opponents in the NPL here would probably agree with that sentiment, that they are probably the best representative and the best chance that we have in the Australia Cup. I might even suggest that they would be a better, stronger side than the Adelaide United A-League side. You know, I wouldn't predict Adelaide's United. Well, let me finish. If you were asking me to predict a winner between Metro Stars and MacArthur, I've picked Metro Stars. But if you're asking me to predict a winner between Adelaide United's A-League team and MacArthur, I would probably pick MacArthur. In such high regard do I hold Metro Stars. So yeah, all the best to them, and from a neutral observer perspective, with no affiliation with any NPL club, I hope, as Mark mentioned, that they do well for South Australia and get the win.
I was going to say, as much as we are neutrals, I think when it comes to this game, we are Metro Stars fans for that one night, but 100%. Will you be there, David? Do you know yet?
When is it? Monday?
Monday night, yes.
think I've got choir practice, but I'll see if I can get out of it.
Nicole, you'll be training, I'm imagining, so you won't be. You probably won't be able to watch it actually, but you'll be able to watch the last bit depending on what time you finish.
Yep. On the grind. I live at
Mark,
Kilburn. I will pitch a tent.
Mark,
I'll be watching.
you'll be watching. Not there. Too far, isn't it?
Probably not there. It is a bit of a drive, but I'll be there. I'll be there in spirit, but I'll be definitely watching because I think I think they've got a great chance. Like I said, as you said, they're a phenomenal side, and Danny, I'm just going to echo those sentiments. They've got a great side. One of the best coaches in the NPL, to be honest. So, yeah, I think they've got a really good chance of getting through, and I will be hoping they do.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very occasion. And also, as a little exclusive, stay tuned to our channels on this Sunday because there's a BTS video coming out, like we did with you, Nicole, but for Metro. So, yeah.
So no offense to Metro, but it probably won't be as good as the your one, Tills, but it'll be right up there.
How good was it? Little insight?
It's great.
Yeah.
People don't get to see what that's like. So it's when you get something like that, it's, people eat it up. They're like, this is brilliant because they get to see the heart of things and see what happens. And like I said, a lot of people don't get to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also nice to sort of be involved with, I guess, the squad for the night, as I was with you guys at West Adelaide and last night at Metro. Both have been very lovely to me when I've sort of invaded their private spaces before games. So, very lovely experiences, and very excited to have that second one out. And I was happy how the first one came out as well.
And in the pouring rain.
Yes.
There was not a worse night weather-wise.
Yeah,
ever.
Last night was the first time I reckon I've actually filmed with my camera where it wasn't pouring, because the first time was at Cove with David and Alessio, and then the second time was at West Adelaide. So last night I was able to actually just sort of sit and relax pitchside and just sort of film the game as I please and not have to worry about covering it up or wiping the lens constantly. So
it's like guy in the fluoro. Oh,
yeah, I know. It is.
That rain did not let up once.
It didn't
From the
stop.
Rezzies, just a continuous.
It got worse and worse as the night went.
That's why artificial is better, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that was the weekend. Well, that was the weekend where we had
Mark,
to play
don't shake
South
your head
Adelaide.
at me.
Mark's
Sorry,
never been a fan of artificial. No, Mark's never been a fan.
I'm not a fan of artificial either, but then again, I never really played on it much. But count yourself
I
lucky.
unfortunately did.
All right. Count
For
yourself
that
lucky.
reason alone, can't flood a
Count yourself
pitch.
lucky.
The pitch if it's got good drainage, you're laughing. Skims
David?
across nicely. It's great.
David?
No.
No?
Well, I was just going to say, count yourself lucky. You know, it was raining non-stop for one day. Like where I'm from, it rains non-stop from January through to December.
Is that, cut it out, would you?
Yeah. Oh, it rained. It rained for 12 hours.
Not even. It was about 3.
3 hours.
Yeah, it was
Mind you, it
horrible.
was wet. Walking out of the club rooms at Kilburn that night on the way to the car, it's not well lit, and I just walked through the middle of this massive puddle, soaked I was. And then it was the same the following night. I was at TK Shutter the following night to cover a back-to-back games there with Metro United, Metro Stars games, and I pulled the pin with about 20 minutes of the second half to go because the water was just everywhere. But that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
The things
And
we
no
put up.
bird poo.
No bird poo. Yeah, no,
So the
'cause
rain
birds
made you
all
pull
gone
the pin,
inside.
but the bird poo didn't.
Birds had all gone inside. They were all sheltering.
Oh,
Just
we
shows-
appreciate you, David.
Oh, thank you.
That is us all done for another week. Anything that the three of you want to sort of add on to finish off? WNPL final round tomorrow night, games across everywhere. Make sure you go to them, all that sort of stuff. But anything else to add on before we finish for another week?
No, I was just going to say exactly that. It was get out to games, big games this weekend. So get out to them. If you're not, watch them on the FSA League YouTube channel, and also the other one is the Tills podcast that she does. You need to tune in and have a listen to that. So I'm sure Seb can throw that into somewhere in our socials as well, and yeah, jump on board that one as well because it's brilliant. She has some great guests on there as well.
Absolutely,
she's got better guests than us. We could only get Nicole Tilley tonight.
Nicole Tilley, how rude.
Black it. I was just going to add there. So all of the games, all of the WNPL games tomorrow night are commentated on. Is that right, Seb? All of them?
Yep. I will double check, but I actually believe all NPL and WPL games are commentated. I believe, but definitely all WNPL games for certain.
Yeah, and they're all kick off at the same time tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
That's so they're all kicking off at the same time, which is well, I understand why they're doing it, but it means you can't watch a couple tomorrow night and then a couple on Saturday or whatever. So they're all at the same time.
But it does make it more exciting. I'm looking forward to keeping track of everything happening everywhere, and that's my favorite time. That's why I enjoyed last week so much. I had to keep track of the Bacala and Modbury score, and things were changing in the table, and it made different games. Oh, it was so good. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
And you still found time to complain about not getting to Croydon.
Thank you, Mark and David. A pleasure as always.
Oh, the album. Single of the week, David. Sorry.
Before
we say our goodbyes, a single of the week.
Where's he gone?
Single of the week is. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this.
He's gone.
I have to do something.
Aberdeen.
There we go.
Do you remember in the 70s and in the 80s, football teams all did songs when they made it to cup finals. So this is Aberdeen's single for when they made it to the European Cup Winners' Cup final in 1983. When they were managed by Sir Alex Ferguson, and they had Strachan and all them playing. But look at this, white vinyl, no less. White vinyl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
That's
football themed as
I
well.
love the accent. A white vinyl.
Oh, dear. So there you go.
Sorry. I wish I had an accent.
You do have an accent.
Your team, you do.
It's like go somewhere else in the world and you've got an accent.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you to the two of you, and Nicole, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
very much a pleasure. Good luck for tomorrow night, but not so much luck that it's not interesting. So make sure it's an interesting game.
It will be.
Good. But yes, pleasure as well.
David won.
Thank you for joining us. I said a 2-2 draw, so you can prove the both of us wrong if you really want to. But yes, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening and watching. Make sure to like and follow and share and support us if you can through the links we have. Very much appreciated to help us keep this going for the next few weeks and hopefully next year, as long as Mark, David, and Alicia are still willing and able to and aren't sick of each other by the end of it. But no, very much appreciated. We'll see you next week. I believe we're back on a Wednesday as per normal, so Alessio should be back. But yes, thank you again. Look forward to next week and enjoy the football this weekend. Alex Mullen to make it 3-1 in the grand final. Puts in the penalty and wins the grand final for Campbelltown City.
No one attacks it, comes back off the Fernandez! It's a goal! It's top! And their talisman's got another one! Harry City back quick. Jay King! Oh, what a shot! My goodness me! Oh, can't teach that sort of stuff. Sends it in, keeps it low, and it's gone in! It's gone in! LA Uni have scored in time added. Tries to get under control, and the shot from Tolland! Salisbury into a 2-0 up!
Still Butler with another chance, it's 3-1 to Playford! Persistence has paid off for Playford!
Rumford's the keeper, puts it into the bottom corner. Beach gives him a shoulder after that as well. He's lost his clean sheet, and he's lost his head with a red card! David, this is massive!
Skills to make the girls sing and the geezers too, yeah, we're doing this thing.